One way I call the system is deep democracy. Just like there are deep neural networks, I want to turn society into something like a neural network. And why deep? Because we can vote on a stack of rules, and we can have equal votes on the bottom of the stack. And then that stack, depending on how we vote on issues in that bottom thing, which is something like a constitution, then we can start, branching to how much inequality we want, like how we want to prioritize some experts over others, or what the penalties should be, or how we want to compute the score. And another thing, why is it so important to objectively determine the score, the rank of someone in some aspect? Suppose that there's an election coming, and there's some up-and-coming, candidate you hear about, and he's the only one addressing an issue you really care about. And you hear his statement, and it really resonates, and you say, yeah, he's a reasonable person, right? Or she, yeah. And but you don't know anything about them from the past. If you want to actually know more about them, what is their track record? Have they been flip-flopping between opinions when it's convenient for them, or have they make a bunch of predictions and been proven wrong? In order to actually find that information as well, you have to dig through so much literature, newspapers, articles, or nowadays in different publications on the web, and you have to read so much, and they're so opinionated. It depends who wrote them, if they had an agenda or whatever. And imagine if you could simply, see some new politician you've never heard about, and you see a message which really resonates, but then you can simply look at a score which is computed based on objective rules. And you know those rules. You know them like conceptually what they are. You don't know the specific actions that person make, or the specific predictions which they made.
To know but what exactly you're searching for. Nevertheless, I mean, same with as the example, if put in real life, you would need to search for some certain topics in some newspapers that are long forgotten. For example, here you would also need to search for something explicitly interesting to your own self to find it.
Yes and no. So you will be able to look for different indexes and different rankings, but there will be societally, more dominant rankings. And like some rankings will emerge as more credible, giving better results. And if they start giving poorer results, they will be forked. So some aspects of how they're computed will be changed, and in time, better versions will be able to get proven out. And so, one way I like to describe this whole system is that we're going to be able to be subjectively objective. That means that we're going to be subjective in how we vote which rules we want, but then when we see the aggregation of votes for the rules,
they will be working.
Everybody will be objectively rated according to those rules.
Okay.
And we'll be able to, instead of debating people and who has better charisma, or who had the better handshake, or if he pulled the other guy his way, or if he tapped him on the, like, all of this monkey primate businessman, like, it can be swept aside, and we can actually start focusing on mechanisms, on principles. And the good thing is that once you describe a principle to someone, they understand it forever, or mostly forever, right?
But the things you describe are basic human psychology, which for certain people is the driving factor whether or not they would want to vote for him, for example. Because a lot of people, let's put Trump as the most evident example. A lot of people dislike him just because of the way he behaves, right? So that is something extremely primal. But then again, it's very important for certain users. So you can't just put aside things that some people think are important to them. And if it's a big portion of the population, then even less is the capability to just put it under the rug.
Look, in this system, we can have rankings for etiquette. If somebody is really egregious, or... And how we define those rankings, that's a separate topic. But whatever aspect you care about, you will be able to codify it and to rank people with it. And if you think that's important, you will be able to make your case and start getting other people to care about it as well. And the system I'm proposing, someone like Trump will be ranked objectively in multiple ways. or at least more objectively. Like it's hard to achieve, perfect objectivity.
Yes, it's impossible.
But it will be better than currently. And so we'll be able to rank him simply in terms of his ways of speaking, or to simply lie, or to simply A/B test what resonates more with the cloud. I don't like that. But I also think that whenever he, has a policy which is more or less correct or right, he should also get credit for that. And so in this system, all politicians could be, objectively judged in how they behave, in what example they set as a person, simply as a person, and also in terms of their policies. And I'm not saying his policies are also all perfect, right? Like it's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
But the thing is that whatever aspect you care about the system and you want to rank or rate people, you will be able to create that indexing, that ranking in this system. Whether it's going to get adopted is a different, a separate topic.